What's up? Good evening, good morning. Will we go higher? That is the question. Alex O Crypto here. Shout out to the Otter Gang. I made this little Otter Gang. If you see your face, you know who you are. You know who you are. Anyways, anyone else there? Everyone else, don't be mad. We love you. You're part of the Otter Gang. We love you. We got a juicy long today. So let's talk about these charts. Well, we had that beautiful red blood diamond on the 1, the 2, the 3. We can count, right? Like we said, right? So we had this, and it brought us all the way back down to the value area low, right? Now, we can see that we got stopped dead in our tracks around this lower bottom half. And what did we do? Well, we longed it, right? And we'll talk about how we got into that trade. Because, we'll be at work and we won't be sleeping because, those long-term traders, those swing traders, they sleep pretty good, right? They sleep pretty good. But us day traders and scalpers and us otters, I know you can relate, right? I know you can relate. Scalpers, we get no sleep. We always checking our phone at night. We're always watching what's going on. So let's just have a group hug, right? Because this sideways small range action, we all want that 10K Bitcoin. And you know what? We might be pumping. Can we go higher? Well, the question is if we can go higher, how high can we go? Well, we've identified in the past previous videos, and if you've been watching along with us, you can see that there's a giant gap up here with our volume profile, right? As you can see, there's a giant gap up here, right? And we haven't been able to get out of this range, and this point of control is just growing and growing and growing. And everybody's saying, guess what? We're going to go down to the basement, right? We're going to go to the basement. Everybody wants cheap Bitcoin. I think everybody believes in Bitcoin, and everybody wants cheaper Bitcoin to become whole coiners, to fill their bags with these alts and prepare for some, major sideways action, right? Because that's what happens after we hit that bottom. It's a long dragged out area of just sidewaysness. But guess what? We can trade it. We can trade it and we can make money, because what do? We make a plan. We make sure our mind's right first, right? We go through this every video, and it's not drilled into our heads enough, is that we have to have a plan. We have to have a plan, right? And we have to make sure that we're coming to the charts with a fresh mind, with our mindset right, not in anger, not in rage, not in joy, not in any of these things, just regular technical analysis so that we can be clear-headed and attack these charts with our strategy, right? We check our time frames. So as we can see, we came down here and we were failing, and it was very small price action. We didn't get much today, right? But then we got to move. In Australia, this move began around 11 o'clock in the morning for me, so this was late for all you. And how did I get into this trade? Now, I showed this trade earlier, right? But I'll show it again. I got in here at 103. Okay, so right here is where I got in. Right here, bang, 103. I can't even make a dot small enough to show you guys 103. Okay, how did we get that? How did we get that trade? Well, let me tell you. If we go and we look, we're moving sideways. We had a pump up, a fake out. We came back down, right? This was on divergences over here. But if we look again, I'm looking for another failure pattern to drop lower, because everybody's expecting this lower range, right? So if we pull this up a little bit higher, right? I was looking to get into this golden pocket here, right? Because I was looking for a retrace of this push up, right? So we had this push up. I was expecting a retrace and then back up to make higher highs, right? So I knew this was a low. I looked over. I was patient. I saw the red blood diamonds. I'm like, come on, you're really going to dump? And then I saw this little area of higher green wicks or orange wicks in my case. That's on brand, and this continuation, and then it just got stopped dead in its tracks right here. So I entered, right? And that's how I jumped in. And as soon as we moved up to here, I had moved my stop loss even, and I took profit up here, right? Because I had a plan and I executed that plan. I was waiting, I was ready, and guess what? It worked out in my favor. Would you not say so? So we have taken profit multiple times now, and we're waiting to see if we can get above this point of control. Now, what do we do from here? Can we go higher, right? That is the question. Now I'm going to turn off the VRVP, right? And let's take a look at this. So I like the 12 minute. 12 minutes like a little hack I learned from Jason Casper. If you don't watch Jason Casper, make sure you get over to his YouTube and give it a sub, because he's got amazing content that comes out all the time. He's a very positive, helpful person, and you can learn a lot, because I've learned a lot of my stuff from him as well. So it's all about community. It's all about growing together. So give him a look, but come back here, because I'm new, but I'm trying to help you. I'm sharing you all my levels with you every single day. So here you go. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. It helps push out the content, and that's important, right? And all I do is ask for your support, and we can get through this together. So I'm going to give you my levels to be watching, but how are we going to get through this point of control? Well, we need a mean move up, right? We need a mean move up. And how are we going to get that? Well, we need to establish at least minimum. We need to get on top of this POC. However we do it, we need to get up here, right? We need to get up here. Right now, we cannot get above this, right? We got this that dragon off of Mulan. We got that dragon from Mulan pattern right here, and he's just not letting us, he's got a couple wings here, maybe NFT this Alexo Crypto's first NFT, right? And he's just spitting fire, right? Because he can't get above. He's angry. He's got the angry dragon. We won't go there. Anyways, Otter Gang. But yeah, we have to get above the POC here. The POC is just so strong. If you look at the volume profile like we showed before, it is so huge compared to everywhere else, right? It's massive. Just boom, right? So if we get above that, if we do, we can get a move upwards, right? Now we've marked out the levels upwards, so we can show you those, and we can show you the prices that we're watching right now, because it hasn't changed much. It hasn't. So these are my levels. Make sure to go back to your charts, check your levels, right? And make sure you mark them out as well. I will be sharing this in Frankie Candle's Discord. I'm very active there. Sooner or later, we're going to start our own, so you guys can get the levels from mine. But I'm an active member there. He's helped me a lot. The community is great. So don't forget to join us over in the Discord over there at Frankie Candles. And, be part of the Otter Gang. You can throw an otter on your name, all that good stuff. But this is what I'm watching, right? I'm watching these closely, right? Because we haven't had many moves. Now, if we want to get a little bit cuckoo, this is the bottom of the range down here, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check for you to make sure. So I'll zoom out on the 45. Yeah, so this is the bottom here. It's the 15.4, right? And this is really the top is right here is a 17.5, right? 17.5, 17.6 area. So we have to get above these or below these in order to have a different area. Because right now, we are just in between bing bonging, as Frankie Candles would say. But yeah, we're in between this range, right? So we got to trade this range up or down, right? So right now, what I'm looking for is a short, but I'm looking for a swing failure because I'm already in the long. I'm holding the long. Swing failure and back down, right? But we need to remember that this week's very important. This week we have the GDP growth coming out. We have the unemployment rate coming out and the spending coming out. And I think Jerome's giving a speech. So it means the markets are going to move. I believe it's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday these are coming out, but make sure to check the economiccalendar.com. Yeah, that's the one. I'll put it in the description for you guys, just to check for what time, because it's very different in Australia. So you guys can check that out and be prepared for the news, because Bitcoin loves a good friggin' news pump, right? So be aware of that. Be safe out there. Come to the charts with a healthy, open mind, and we can all have a big group hug, and we can all be profitable, right? And we can all come to this chart with a plan, with a healthy mind, do our strategy, fibs, volume profiles, market sentiment. Right now it's bearish, right? We've had a pump. Maybe people are expecting a little bit of a pump, right? But we have to have courage, and we have to have risk management. That is the key in this bear market, is that we need to have a little bit of courage, and we need to have a lot of risk management. Okay? So be safe out there. God bless. Love you all. Alex O, Crypto out. Otter Gang.